Hello and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Shanika Corb. I am a brand new YouTuber. I make videos a little bit about hair, motherhood, cooking, fitness, and I have learned a lot in the span of a year. It's been a little over a year that I've now been creating content for YouTube, almost 200 videos. I want to share what I have learned because I've learned a lot. So if you are somebody who is interested in creating content on YouTube, or you're already doing so and you're wondering how to improve, this video is for you. So first things first, what you film on. So you can film on your regular Android phone, you can film on your iPhone, film on your camera, regardless, just pick something to film on and get started. I would say that if you do not know if you're going to be 100% committed to creating content online and you do not feel like you are going to use a higher quality camera much, just resist the urge in the beginning to invest in a fancy, higher quality camera. Just use what you have when you are starting out. For me personally, I film every single video on my Android. Number two, regardless of what you do use to film, clean your lens before you press record. Very simple. There's always some dirt, some smudges, something that can really impact the quality of your video, and you do not want to end up rewatching your video and realizing it was super blurry because there was a smudge on the camera. The third thing that I have learned is that sometimes based off of your lighting or your camera, it can be difficult sometimes to stay in focus. You will get better at improving the focus of your videos. However, try your best to remember to stay in frame. In a lot of the beginning of my videos, I never realized how much that I had moved out of frame when I was talking or doing something with my hands or using an item or a tool, and I didn't realize till afterwards. So the next one may seem super obvious, but it was not obvious to me till after I had watched back some of my videos. So if you want your videos to be horizontal, film horizontal, put your camera horizontal. You can obviously afterwards change your canvas ratio to be whatever based off of where you're posting your content. But I would say if you want your video to be viewed horizontal, keep your camera horizontal. If you want your videos to be viewed vertical, up and down, like reels and stuff, put your camera up and down. Very simple. Next one is adjusting the speed of your videos. When I first started out, I was like, I'm going to make this video. It's going to be so great. It's going to be so long. People are going to watch from the start to the end. No, they will not watch from start to the end. When you are a new person on the block, the likelihood of somebody watching the entire duration of your video is very slim, even if the content you are sharing is really great and optimal. So I would say to find ways of condensing everything. And if you are showing something that you can speed up, definitely utilize that speed function when you are editing your videos. I do it for almost all my videos where I'm doing a tutorial type of content, such as doing something with my hair. I do speed up the footage so you can still see what I'm doing. It's just not taking so long to get to the next step. So the sixth thing that I learned was using voice overs. So when I first started doing my videos, I wanted to talk. It can get extremely exhausting talking. You will ramble on. If you are somebody that does enjoy talking, try out doing a voiceover. You can say exactly what you wanted to say as if you were talking live, but you can condense it, you can make it cleaner, and then people can still watch your footage. I do a lot of voiceovers, once again, when I'm doing hair tutorials, and it works great. And I think we're on number 7, and this is going to be the length of your video. For me, I would say when I was first starting out, once again, I wasn't paying attention to the length of my videos, but I am trying to focus on making certain videos around the 5-minute mark and some videos around the 10-minute mark. And as you go along with producing content, and once you do eventually get monetized and ads are placed on your videos, the duration of your videos does sometime matter in terms of the amount of ads that will be placed onto your videos and where they will be placed in your video. Number 8, the title of your videos. I would say the titles along with your thumbnails, but we'll talk about that afterwards. The title of your video is sometimes so important, especially the first couple words you are putting in the title, especially if somebody's watching your video on their phone. The whole length of the title may not show up, so don't get too riddled about making these super long titles. And if you are going to make a super long title, make sure you're putting the most important punch words at the beginning of the title. Those are the words people are going to see first. Looking towards search engine optimization. I am not an expert on it. I don't want to say too much, but it's finding the way to phrase your titles with keywords that YouTube is most likely to pick up and then show towards other people. Number 9 is going to be thumbnails. Thumbnails are also super important. Do not get too hung up on them, making them super elaborate and fancy. I would say to just stay true in your titles and your thumbnails to what your content is about. I'm not somebody that supports clickbait in the form of titles or thumbnails. Make sure it is reflective of what the video is actually about. There are a lot of programs and apps you can use that are free to help you generate your thumbnails. For me, I personally use Canva. I use the free version, and that's good enough for me. Last thing I'm going to mention is the description box. A lot of people don't ever end up clicking on the description box and opening it up, but there are people who do like to look at what's in the description box. So I would say to put maybe a little couple sentences or words about what your video is about. If you are making a video where you're listing a lot of products or items, put those in your description box. If you're able to put a link to those items, that's even better. If you are using music in your videos, try to credit that artist. So for me, I just say music used and I put the copyright information there. If you have socials you want people to check out, add your socials in the description box and add some tags if you're interested. Of course, these are not an end-all be-all, but in the long run, they can help the performance of your videos. So those are the top 10 things that I have learned so far from being a new YouTuber. I think I'm going to break this video into another part and do an additional 10 things that I have learned. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, if you learned anything, if these are things that you already know or you didn't know. Let me know in the comment below your thoughts, and I will see you in part 2, which will be right here.